This is the first video in a 3-part series about how to use electricity in Rust. It features the very basics for players who are new to the game, or veterans who have simply never bothered to try electricity before. Today I will be going over the tool needed, how to use it, and the most used basic items such as lights, batteries, and how to connect them. Electricity at its most basic has a power source, a battery, and an item to power. The power source produces a set number of rust watts, and each item needing power uses a set number of rust watts. To learn how much power an item gives or needs, simply open up the description in your inventory. In today's examples, we will be using a solar panel, a small battery, 2 lights, and a heater. There will be 2 more videos after this one that goes into power sources, batteries, and power usage in a lot more detail. The first thing you will need is a wiring tool. It costs 2 HQ to craft, and you don't need a BP for it, just a level 1 workbench. When you have the wiring tool equipped, you will see options on electrical items that don't appear otherwise. A little square will light up when you hover over it, and a description will appear. Each electrical item will have various uses, but mainly they will have a power in, power out, or a pass-through. Firstly, we're going to connect the solar panel to the battery. Find the power out square on the panel and hover over it to read the description. It indicates it's producing 20 power, and it says empty, which means it's not connected to anything. Left-click it to attach a wire. Bring that wire to your battery and find the power in square. Left-click it and it is now connected. Hovering over it will show you the battery charging, and if you hover over the panel again, it shows you it's connected to a battery. Let's take a moment to talk about the wire. You can attach the wire to walls and floors by left-clicking on them to keep your base looking clean and not have obvious wires floating in the air, telling raiders where your battery is. It also has a max distance of 29.7, so you will have to be careful on how far away things are that you need to connect. The wire itself has no collision, meaning it can't be destroyed and you can simply walk through it. If you want to disconnect anything you've connected, simply highlight the square and hold right-click. You can also hold right-click at any time before you've connected the wire to detach the whole thing. If you make a mistake and connect it to a wall you don't want it connected to, simply double-click the right mouse button to remove the last attachment. You can also change a wire's color by holding R to bring up the wheel and selecting a color. This helps you keep track of things when using multiple batteries and circuits or just to make it pretty. Now we are going to connect the battery to our lights and heater. Left-click the power out on the battery and bring it to the light where you will get the power in option. Sometimes if you're too close, the squares will light up but not let you connect them, so crouch or back up a little until you see it. Hovering over it shows you how much power is going into the light and from where. Lights have a pass-through, so you don't need a splitter or a branch to connect multiple things together. Click the pass-through and bring it to the next light. Hovering over the pass-through on the first light shows you how much power is coming out of the light after the light's own power consumption. This is 2 rust watts less than what is going in because the light consumes 2 power. From there, connect it to the heater. The heaters also have a pass-through, so you can easily continue the chain of power depending on how much power you have left to use. Keep track of your total power usage, return to the battery and hover over the power output to see the stats. It shows you how much charge is left on the battery if you lose power, how much you're using, and how much the battery generates. Looking at this example, this allows you 18 minutes of power, and considering vanilla Rust nights last 15 minutes, you will get through the night on this battery with this setup. There you have it. Pretty easy, right? If you still have questions, be sure to ask them in the comments, and I will gladly answer. Stay tuned for the next video to learn more about rust watts, power sources, and batteries. Thank you very much for watching.